I just wanna be the one you love. I just wanna be the one you love.
I'm just basically done with having marks on my face. She said that I've literally started peeling already, but I cannot even see. Just looks... I'm trying to focus my camera, but it's so hard to. Oh my god, I can't see a thing. Basically, I went in there. She put 2 coats of the acid on. The first coat, I literally felt like nothing. It's kind of similar to the glycolic acid that I put on my face. I had a fan in my hand ready to like burn, but it didn't go that far, so we just did two coats, and then she said, you know what, we'll just leave it there. When actually it would have been good to peel more on this one because I booked like a whole week off for this, whereas I don't want to use the rest of my holidays for the other treatments. I have 2 more. So yeah, apparently I've already started peeling. I can't see a thing, but I look alright. But to be honest, I was expecting a bit more. And then with the sun cream, she just sort of patted a bit in, whereas I am like liberal, like put a lot on. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna walk home now. So yeah, that is basically my skin currently, and I hope to see some great results. But I don't know what's going to happen with it. I don't know to what extent it's going to clear my skin, or if it's actually going to get rid of all the marks. I'm talking about when I've done all 3 skin peels. I forgot to say that the peel I had today was the Mandelic acid peel, which was recommended for my post-inflammatory marks on my face to help resurface my skin. This is basically my skin. It does look a little bit worse than it did before. I just thought I'd add that once you get the skin peel, because the marks sort of come to the surface of the skin, it makes your marks on your face look a lot worse to begin with. So I just thought I'd pick up the camera really quickly because I have started to peel. I've started to peel here on my chin a little bit. The rest of my face is looking fine. I didn't have any peeling yesterday. Just a bit today on my actual chin. So it's been a whole 3 days. I can feel that it's ready to come off, but it's not a lot. So by day 4 of my first skin peel, my skin was peeling, very, very minor, and it was super manageable. I didn't have any discomfort really, and to be honest, I didn't think much of it. I was a bit annoyed. I wanted to peel more. I was ready for sort of a lot more peeling, but slow progress because I didn't know what I was getting myself into. You should be careful what you wish for. So here we are on the next day, which was day 5. By this point I had a lot more peeling, and you can see the dryness on the skin a lot more visually because I've got sun cream on, which sort of clings to the dry patches, and you can sort of see this white surface area of the skin. Again, you can't exfoliate the skin, you've just got to let it peel off naturally, and you don't want to irritate it at all. So the best thing to do is just slather yourself in sun cream and protect that top layer of skin and the new skin that's coming through, which is going to be highly sensitive to sunlight. So the marks are still pretty prominent, and I'm really just peeling a lot around my mouth where I'm moving it the most when I'm talking and eating. So that's pretty much where I was up to by day 5 of my skin peel, and again, there's much more to come. So my skin by the end of my first peel looked quite healthy. You definitely get a glow afterwards, and I would say my marks had diminished very, very slightly. but overall I was happy with the results and I wanted to continue with my next 2 treatments. So this is my skin. I had my skin peel yesterday at 11 in the morning. So today I went to work looking like this. But yeah, so this time we went for 3 rounds of the Mandelic peel, which was a bit more of a burn but still manageable. I didn't need a fan or anything to cool me down. I just let it be. And then she added the Retin-a and a skin brightener or skin something to also help shed. And straight away I saw that I had already started peeling a little bit, so today I haven't noticed anything. I literally just come home on my bike ride. I genuinely look really, really pale. Here we are on the same day that I got the peel, a little in the evening. So this is my second peel, and as you can see my skin looks pretty much normal. There's a slight little bit of dryness and flakiness. Again, you don't want to touch any of the skin that's peeling off, you just got to leave it to do its thing. So I was doing exactly that. Up close and personal again. And similarly around my mouth is the area where I started to shed with every peel, and I'm pretty sure I'm just singing there, I don't even know, but I'm pretty sure that's normal with every single peel because that's an area where the area on your face that is moving the most. So the marks on my cheeks, obviously the area that I really wanted to peel lots and lots and lots. I know with the later peels she sort of concentrated on that area. So yeah, with this one it was doing okay. I was fine with the beginning of this process and quite happy with the results. It was day 3 and I definitely started peeling a lot more. So the flakes of skin or the dry peeling of the skin was a lot more prominent and something that I was a bit more apprehensive about people seeing. So I really tried to put the flakes down by using a moisturiser and sort of patting to keep these flakes down, because like I said, you can't just brush them off or anything, you want them to naturally fall. My lips are also quite dry, as you can see here, but the thing that I did like by this day with the second peel is I could feel a lot more tightness on my cheeks, and it was an area that was clearly going to shed. You can see here all those little scaly bits, which I was excited for because that's an area I really wanted it to peel. So I was seeing some results in that area, thinking yes, can't wait to get all these little bits of skin off, which they will over the coming days, so that was brilliant. And if you are thinking about getting a skin peel, this is, every skin does shed differently and it depends on what peel you get. Even if you get a Mandelic peel like me, there's different percentages, there's different countries and laws, and I don't even know. But for me, this did work quite well, and I'll show you the results. But it's just, it's whether you want to invest. Overall, I will have a video on whether this skin peel was worth it, where I'll talk a bit more about the pricing and the products I used, because you have to prep your skin for 4 weeks. So yeah, moving on. Continuing. So here we are on day 3. March 28th. I wanted to show you a bit about the sun care and makeup. So I'm just putting some sun cream on here, and I continue to use my sort of normal sun cream, which was an SPF 30, and I also used the 50 on other days. This day I'm using this one, and I had to pat it into the skin. You can't be rubbing because you're going to get all that dry skin off. Like I said, you could just got to let it sit on your skin and peel off naturally. So this is how I was applying my sun cream every day, and I was applying a very generous amount because I'm fully aware that my skin was so sensitive to the sun. It's brand new fresh skin. If you think of it that way, you really want to protect it, and you don't want any of those marks to remain on your face after all the effort and money and time you're putting in to your skin peels. So this is just a quick little video to show you guys how I applied it and how I dealt with the dry skin. You can see that the skin, the little peely bits, are becoming a bit more obvious the more I put the sun cream on. So that was really hard. And I'm also going to show you how what I look like with makeup, not how I applied it. I used a powder foundation instead. So anyway, this is just how I literally tapped my face. I don't know, it took me a while to apply sun cream. I'm going to say at least 10 minutes every day to just get that on my face and make sure I'm protected. So now with the makeup, it was not a pretty sight, I can't lie to you. I had to go to work this day, and this is how I looked when I had just applied it. My skin looks greasy but dry, obviously. The reason it's kind of greasy is because I needed the moisture in my skin. You can't really get the sort of foundation buffed into your skin, which would give a really nice flawless finish. So it just sort of sits on top, and yeah, it's not gonna look the best. I used a powder foundation by Bare Minerals, and you want to make sure to use a clean brush because you don't want to, you know, put in any more bacteria into this new skin that you've just got. So yeah, I thought I'd show you the reality of the makeup when you have a skin peel. It's not pretty. Here we are on April. This was literally 24 hours after I got my peel, and boy did I peel like I have not before with any of my previous peels. So this time, again around my mouth, that is just the place, but it was a lot more. As you can see, the skin peeling, chunks of the skin is a lot more, and I would say I felt the most tight feeling in my skin compared to the other two peels. And this happened over the course of the day. It just got progressively worse. So this was me towards the end of the day after being at work. This is my skin at the moment. So this is actually pretty bad. But I've just sort of like, you know, what's the word? Like, moved a lot more and let it do this, whereas throughout the day I've been trying to lay it down. It got a lot more when I know you're just looking at my mouth right now, which is so weird. Basically it gets a lot more around this area when I eat, or yeah, mainly when I have my lunch. That's after lunch. I'm like, whoa. If I have breakfast, it's like after breakfast, I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of peeling, which is all good because it's needed. But here I am again in the evening, and the skin is still very much flaky and around my mouth, so not much has changed there. Again, just so you guys can get a little other view of the horrific peeliness. By day 3 of the chemical peel, this was my face when I just applied the sun cream and my makeup, and it was just too much. It was just too bad. I was like, why did I even bother applying makeup? I didn't even want any of it on my face. I was meant to go to work this day, and I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I called in and I said I couldn't come in because I just couldn't face it. It was horrendous, and my skin was itchy. There's a lot of redness beneath this mask of sun cream and foundation, and again it was just too much, and I just could feel my face. It was just not a nice feeling, so I could not deal with this. This was the worst of the worst. April 29th, my skin was still peeling, and it was peeling a lot. So I would say with my last peel that I peeled a lot more rapidly. You saw how much I peeled within the first 24 hours compared to my other peels. It's a lot more. There's a lot more redness in my skin. My skin appeared to be more irritated. You see that redness on my forehead? It was uncomfortable and it was itchy. And this is kind of how I thought my first peel would be. Obviously, I'm glad to work into it gradually. Here on my cheeks is great. I love seeing these peely bits of skin because it was an area that I really wanted to get targeted, and the practitioner who did my face, she really concentrated on this area to just help get more and more skin off there. And yeah, it was extremely tight, and oh, you can definitely see that when I do that. You can see the tightness, the wrinkles, my skin was quite literally burnt. But in the end, this was sort of the most I peeled, and from there it just lessened and lessened. By April 30th, it'd been about 5 days and I'd sort of finished peeling the majority of my skin, and you can see the sort of results. There's still quite a bit of redness in my skin, it's still pretty tender, but generally the big sort of flakes have now gone, and I'm just left with a little bit of dry skin, I'd say. It wasn't anything too bad, a lot around the perimeter of my face. This was my skin straight after my first chemical peel, and you can see the marks. So prior to that, this was the breakout that sort of led me to get my actual peels. I have to stress that I had continuous breakouts, one after the other. This was the one that sort of drove me over the edge, and probably not even the most major, to be honest. Anyway, these were the marks that were left behind, and I just wanted to say that I will have a video about whether the series of skin peels that I had were worth it, and the pricing and the clinic I went to and the products I used to prepare my skin and the products I used during my peels. So please subscribe for more of that, and these were the sort of results that I saw. I see a difference. I hope you see a difference, and thank you so much for watching.